Alright, let's cut the crap. You don't get played by women because you're stupid, or because you're not alpha enough. You get played because you are trying to defuse an emotional hurricane with a logical screwdriver. You're speaking mathematics to someone who is living in poetry. That is the brutal, uncomfortable truth that most dating coaches are too scared to tell you. If you don't master this emotional versus logical disconnect, you are doomed to a life of chasing, begging, and getting played on an endless, soul-crushing repeat. But here's the game changer: the moment you finally understand how a woman actually experiences her own emotions, the moment you learn to stay calm and lead through that chaos instead of fighting it, you stop being a pawn in her game. You become the man she can't forget, the man she can't fool, and the man she can't help but deeply, primally respect. So listen up. Because the framework I'm about to lay down for you will save your sanity, protect your peace, and permanently flip the script on every woman who has ever tried to pull your strings. Let's start with the absolute foundation. Men, for the most part, operate on a linear, logical operating system. A leads to B, which leads to C, cause and effect. Problem and solution. It's clean, it's straightforward, it's black and white. Women, however, live in a world painted in a million shades of emotional color. They operate in a fluid, intuitive, and often chaotic reality built on feelings, moods, and emotional currents that make absolutely zero sense if you are looking for logical consistency. And here is the truth that will set you free or drive you insane: a woman's feelings are always in flux. They are not static. They are not permanent. This isn't some grand conspiracy to manipulate you. It's not a series of mind games designed to break you down. It's biology. It's neurological wiring. But when you, the logical man, don't understand this, you react with frustration. You see her shifting mood as a personal attack. You demand an explanation. You argue. You chase for clarity. And in that exact moment, you lose. You lose her respect, you lose your power, and you lose control of the dynamic. Understanding this disconnect is the first and most critical step. When you realize she isn't out to get you, but is genuinely just experiencing an emotional wave, you stop reacting like a desperate, confused fool. You start leading with a quiet, unshakable calmness, the very energy her soul instinctively craves for safety. Here is a rule you must burn into your brain: for her, feeling comes first. Logic, reasoning, and analysis come much later, if they come at all. She is navigating the world through an emotional GPS, which means her truth can and will change with her mood. One moment, she can be completely invested, talking about the future, feeling deeply connected to you. The logical man hears this and his brain short-circuits. But you just said you loved spending time with me. He tries to use her past words as evidence to invalidate her current feelings. This is like trying to argue with a tsunami. You will lose. Every single time. You have to stop expecting her to be a pillar of cold, hard logic. When she pulls away, when her mood shifts, it is not a calculated act of personal sabotage against you. It is simply an emotional weather pattern passing through. Your job is not to fix the weather. Your job is to be the lighthouse, unmoved, unshaken, and a source of stability in the storm. The moment you accept that what she feels right now is her reality, you will save yourself a decade of frustration. Now, let's talk about where 99% of guys completely self-destruct. When she pulls away emotionally, their instinct, driven by fear and a need for control, is to chase. And not just chase, but to chase harder. They flood her phone with texts. They show up unannounced. They send desperate, pleading paragraphs. It is the atomic bomb of attraction killers. Bro, you must do the opposite. When she pulls back, you pull back further. Not with anger, not with punishment, but with a calm, deliberate silence. You must vanish from her radar and pour that energy back into your own life. Go to the gym. Focus on your work. Hang out with your friends. Your silence becomes a weapon. It creates a vacuum. In that silence, her mind starts to race. She expects you to chase. Every other guy has. But you don't. So she starts to wonder. That mental noise, that state of wondering and uncertainty, is the fertile ground where her attraction for you grows. Keep that space. Let her feel your absence. And watch, like clockwork, how she flips the script and starts moving towards you again. Women are emotional lie detectors. They have a sixth sense for bullshit and incongruence. You can say all the right words. You can promise her the world. But if your internal state is a chaotic mess, if you lose your cool at the slightest provocation, if you get needy the second she's busy, if you overreact to her moods, your words become meaningless noise. They are hollow. True, undeniable masculine power is calm under pressure. It is emotional composure. When the storms of life hit, or when she brings her own emotional storm to your doorstep, your ability to remain centered is what communicates your strength. That steady, unshakable presence builds a foundation of trust and safety that she can't get anywhere else. She wants a rock, not a roller coaster she has to manage. So guard your emotional state like it's your most valuable asset. Because it is. That is where your real power lives. And if she's throwing emotional punches, you do not punch back. You don't get in the mud with her. Matching her frantic energy with your own frantic energy only escalates the chaos, makes you look weak, and kills all polarity. Instead, you must become the calm in her storm. The balance to her imbalance. That is what a leader does. Holding your frame through her emotional chaos doesn't just preserve your dignity, it makes you intensely attractive. She may test this steadiness again and again, but the man who remains strong, unbothered, and centered wins her respect, her trust, and her loyalty every single time. Guys get played because they listen to the seductive melody of her words and completely ignore the deafening rhythm of her actions. Her promises, her sweet talk, her plans for the future, they don't mean a damn thing if her behavior tells a different story. You must become a detective of patterns, not a collector of words. Her words are smoke, her actions are stone. Watch the patterns. Does she consistently respect your time, or does she flake on plans last minute? Does she contribute to your life, or does she only take? Does she keep her word through her behavior, or only through her speech? Her patterns reveal her true character and where you actually stand with her. The fairy tale she sells you is irrelevant. The reality she shows you is everything. Focusing on her consistent behavior is your ultimate shield against being fooled and played ever again. Forget the toxic idea that you have to be loud, aggressive, or domineering to be a man. That is not strength. That is insecurity wearing a costume. It's the loud barking of a small dog trying to seem bigger than it is. True masculinity, the kind that women are irresistibly drawn to, is quiet confidence. It's a controlled, grounded presence that doesn't need to shout to command respect. Women feel this on a primal level. They trust it. They are drawn to men who are solid on the inside, not flashy on the outside. Cultivate this internal vibe. Build your own life, your own confidence, your own purpose. And watch how everything else, including her attraction, falls into place effortlessly. Here is a critical mindset shift that will flip the entire game on its head. When she tests you, when she brings you drama or emotional chaos, she is not always trying to maliciously manipulate you. She is trying to feel your strength. She is asking a subconscious question: are you real? Are you solid? Can you handle the full force of my feminine energy without breaking? When you react emotionally, when you get angry or needy, you scream back, "No, I can't." You fail the test. But when you stay cool, patient, unbothered, and maybe even a little amused by the chaos, you show her you're different. You show her you are the rock. And that is when her respect and her attraction for you don't just grow, they explode. The hard truth is this: you stop getting played the moment you decide that your own inner peace is more valuable than chasing her approval. You break the cycle when you stop reacting to disrespect and instead, simply remove your attention. You move towards what feels calm and grounded for you, regardless of what she's doing. This isn't just a tactic, it's a declaration of self-respect. It's how you win the game before it even begins. So, if you want to master this dynamic and never again be the puppet, it starts right here. It starts with understanding how she feels, not what she says. And it solidifies when you consistently choose your peace over her panic. If you are ready to take this emotional leadership seriously, drop the words "chosen peace" in the comments below so we know you're on the path. And while you're there, grab the free resources in the description to lock in these strategies and start owning your dating life like the high-value man you are meant to be. Remember, never chase when she pulls away. Stay calm. Hold your frame. Be the man she simply can't forget.